mode. You have 7 modes. Mode 1, mode 2, mode 3, mode 4, 5, 6, 7.
Like
Okay.
the way to
Is each mode distinct to the other mode?
distinct. So are you saying that if all of them are different or the same? Is that what you're trying to ask?
Can you point to 2 different modes? Are you able to point to one in one place and the other in another place? Not physically, but I'm talking like one distinct mode to the other. You can point to harf 1, you can point to harf 2. You won't be pointing to the same thing.
No, it would be the same thing because you're.
Very good. But they are distinct, yes.
What do you mean by distinct?
There's something. I'll use the word different.
There's a difference.
There's something different.
Is otherwise. All it means for something to be distinct is 2 things share different properties. They're not identical.
Different properties, as in the whole property, or just like
oh my gosh, what
like
do you mean the whole property?
Like that, you're saying the whole. You're saying the whole thing is different, or you're saying.
Bro, I read harf. Okay, watch this, Arman. I read harf 1, and Yaakovos read harfs 2. Would you be able to say, oh, Yaakovos read harf 2? Is there something that allows you to identify that Yaakovos was reading harf 2 and not harf 1?
The title of the book.
We're talking about the answer.
Okay, sure.
Wait. One second. Other than the title of the book, are you going to say that every single word is word for word identical? And if so, what's the point of it being different modes?
The point of it being different modes is...
How do you identify...
Are you saying why is there different modes?
How do you, apart from the title, how do you identify that it's a different mode, like Destroyer said? Irrelevant of meaning, are the words going to be blatantly identical?
And in the whole thing?
Yes.
Bro, are you just able to identify it? Just tell me, are you able to identify
the title
okay, by whatever you want. Sure, go ahead. Yeah,
you can identify each recitation mode by the...
Good, very good. So they are distinct. They are distinct.
They're not distinct.
But how do you tell them apart if they're not distinct? How do you tell them apart if they're not distinct?
I tell them because it has the title that shows which mode to which.
Wait, destroy
the
one
names
second.
of it.
One second. Is harf 1? Wait. Hold on. Is mode 1 identical to mode 2?
Mode 1 identical in every single way?
Yes. Is it the same? Is mode 1 the same as mode 2?
So wait, for example, if the title of the first one... So for example...
I just want a simple answer. Is mode 1 the same as mode 2?
I
just want a yes or no, then I want a qualification.
I'm trying to clarify.
Yo, Ahmad, is mode 1
I need to... I don't want to say something and then you guys... Do you see how you just...
Yes or no, then qualify, man. Don't run, man.
Let me. No one's running, my boy.
Let me.
Still right here, my boy.
Hey, it's just
you don't want to drop me. You don't want to drop me. Oh, that's nice. I'm having a respectful conversation.
Let's hear if he actually will explain it.
I'm having a respectful conversation.
Listen, calm down, bro. Calm down. Everyone wants
you guys need to
Okay, everybody be quiet. Let me ask him a question.
You can tell us apart. How did you count 4, bro? That's insane. How did you count 4?
Brett, please take over. I want to hear his response. Brett, take over, please. Please take over.
Okay.
What was the question again?
Okay, my question is, you said that the way you tell the harfs apart is by the title. So you're telling me they're all the exact same book, exact same words, with just different titles? Why would they give them different titles? There's obviously something that makes them different.
I didn't say there. I didn't say. I don't. There's different word variations.
Word variations, that's what it is.
Exactly. So it's not going to be numerically identical in every way, correct?
Good. So you pointed to something that makes them distinct, right? They are distinct, right?
Ask him what his definition is of distinct.
No. We don't even need to.
I can't even talk.
Okay, bro. Okay. Calm down. Okay. So you said they have differences in words. 2 seconds. You have differences in words. Good. So they are distinct. You are able to tell them apart. Yes.
Tell them apart from
Are you able to say, well, based on this word, I can identify that we are now talking about harf 1, not harf 2. Is this what you're highlighting?
So if I look at the word variation and say this one's harf 1, this one's harf 2.
Yes, are you able to make that distinction? Yes.
Well, it would depend if the other if I don't know if some of the other harfs are would have the same.
It's fine. I'm not asking you if you literally can do it
or
as
just
we speak.
between the
Just
two.
saying conceptually, like, are you able
just
to tell
between the
them
two.
apart? Yeah, okay, very good. So they are distinct, yes?
No, I'm saying you're saying to tell the difference between the two, right?
When you tell the difference between something and something else, there must be a property that makes it identifiable. How am I able to say this is harf 1 and then look to the right and say, well, this is harf 2? Something must make them distinct, yes?
The word variations?
Sure.
Like that?
Yes. Word variation, yes.
Maybe just a
I
visual.
say the word variation.
Okay, good. So they are distinct. The ahruf are distinct. Harf 1 is distinct from harf 2.
But
it's not difficult. Well, it's not. You've already committed to it. Just say yes. They are distinct. It's the position of the sunnah as well. They are distinct.
Distinct. What? But when you say distinct, are you trying to?
You can tell them apart. You can tell them apart. You can tell them apart.
So you're. I'm not sure.
Maybe he's a visual learner.
I don't want to say.
Maybe he's a visual learner, guys. One sec. Look, you see this, right? You see this, right? Amon. I'm giving you a visual demonstration.
Don't overwhelm him. 2 seconds. Okay.
I want to give him a visual demonstration real quick, okay? So look, we can grant that the meaning is the same, right? But what is it? Is everything in this sentence identical to everything in this sentence?
No, the word is walked.
Okay, so there is something, right, irrelevant of whether or not it means the same thing, right? Let's put that to the side. There is going to be something, right, that prevents it from being numerically identical in every single way, correct? That is all we mean. That is all Destroyer is trying to say when you say, asking you if it's distinct. Is there anything that we can use as a criteria to determine whether or not it's going to be 100% numerically identical? Okay, this in itself doesn't mean this in and of itself doesn't mean more than one Quran. By the way, that's going to be after. But just this question by itself, don't be scared. Like it's not a trick question.
So this on the screen, the sentence above is distinct from the sentence below. Yes.
Yeah, it's different from the one.
Very good. So now I'm asking you: is harf 1 distinct from harf 2? That's all I'm asking.
Distinct in small word variations.
Okay, perfect, excellent, good. So now let's go back to what we were saying. Thank you very much. So now we have 7 modes, 7 ahruf. Each mode is distinct to the other. Each harf is distinct to the other. And now I'm going to ask you: is each mode fully the Quran?
Is each mode fully the Quran?
So if I read, okay, I'll tell you. If I read mode 1 from cover to cover, have I read the full Quran?
So if you read harf 1 and harf 2, and would you both say I read both of them, like they're the Quran? Yeah. Like, are you saying that?
My question is simple. If you have harf 1 and you read it from the first surah to the last surah, have you read the full Quran?
Yes.
Good. If we do the same with harf 2, we read harf 2 from the first surah to the last surah, have I read the full Quran?
Yes, you read the full Quran in a different mode of recitation.
Very good. Very good. So now you have 7 modes. Each mode is distinct. Each mode is fully the Quran. How many Qurans do you count?
1, because you're mistaken.
Here we go. Let's try this.
Let's try this.
That's a concession. It's fine.
Let me try this. I have these dice. Wait,
Hold on. Everyone breathe.
But yeah, let's let him finish his sentences. Yeah, because.
Yeah, I just because he's not understanding the term.
I'll say Raf.
Okay, Ahmad, how many dice do I have on the screen?
Seven.
I have 7 dice on the screen, right? Yeah, so you would say that I had 7 dice. Now, I'm just going to tell you, no, there is 1 dice because there's just 7 different ways this dice is expressed, but it's just 1 dice expressed in 7 different ways, right?
That's 7 dice?
No, there's 1 dice on the screen expressed in 7 different ways. Now reduce my position to absurdity.
What?
There's 1 dice on the screen, dude. There's just 1, but it's expressed in 7 different ways, 7 different types, or 7 different tokens, I should say. What's the issue with that? I have 1 dice on the screen.
But you're confusing the Quran with dice, and is the Quran with
it's a simple exercise.
It's one.
No,
because you're trying to. No, I know what you're trying to do.
Don't worry about the Quran. I have 1.
I'm trying to talk.
We'll go back to the Quran after. Why is it not?
No, because you're trying to use a different example from outside to try to get a caught you moment. Because that's not equivalent to what we're talking about.
I'm not going to let you run. Why is it not 1
I'm not running. I'm trying to answer the question.
Can you address the dice?
Let's let Arman explain why it's different. Like what's the symmetry?
When you guys are saying there's 3, so there's 7 different Qurans, and they're all different from each other, so that means there's 7 Qurans, right? That's what your claim is?
You said different, bro. We granted you the
I agree there's small variant differences in between all of them.
Sure, so therefore there's a distinction, right? There's a distinction.
Like a difference. When you say distinction, there's a small variant difference.
It doesn't matter if it's small, big, medium. The distinction is distinction. There's a difference in properties, right? Right. So you would count 7 dice on the screen because each of those items have a distinction in properties, but they represent what a dice is. Correct?
No, you're mistaken when for the dice. So you're saying, okay, 1 crown in the middle, all the 7 around it, right? All 6 around it, other 6 around it. But I'm saying you can't compare the dice. You can't compare the dice to the Quran because it's a recitation, like a different way to recite it in Arabic. It's not completely different versions of the Quran.
Okay,
good. So you agree? I'll go ahead, Red. If you want to go to your live.
Yeah. So if they're different recitations, how are they? You're saying that they're not distinct. Is different from the dice. Like these are dice, but there's a distinction in how they look. With the recitations, there's a distinction in the word variations. So how is that not the same? Like what's the thing that makes these 2 examples not the same?
Because the dice, you're showing 7 different dice, and then when we're talking about the Quran, you're saying there's 7 different modes of recitation. It's not 7 completely different Qurans because these dice, the red one's completely different from the white one. The red one's completely different from the brown one.
No, they all.
Yes.
No. They share something in common, right?
It's white red.
No, they're all. What do they share in common?
But I'm saying it's white red.
That's what's in question here.
But
right?
Are they dice?
One sec, because I want to try and educate him on properties here. Okay, and they share something in common, right? What are all these dice share in common?
They're dice.
Good. So all of the modes of recitation share something in common, right? The one message that was revealed to the prophet, that content, what's sufficient enough to be upon the Quran, to be upon what you would consider to be the truth. Now, there are 7 different ways to express that. In the same way that these 7 dice represented dice in small and subtle differences. The same way you said that the 7 modes have small and subtle differences, right? So using that account of properties, how many Qurans do you count?
So how many Qurans I count using the same way as the dice?
Yes,
because
that's how properties work.
I don't. But the Quran and the dice don't have the same property though, because the dice are not a different way of. The dice is not like a different way of like reciting it, different way of saying
the
it.
Quran is not
This
editions. I just want to make it clear that the Quran doesn't work like editions. There's not one original
I didn't say
book.
edition.
You have 7 original Qurans, not one Quran and then 6 other editions of it. You have 7 original. This is not analogous.
You're saying there's 7 original?
Yes.
And that's according to the Sunnah?
Yes.
Wait, you think it's like one original Quran that's in 7 editions, like a book?
No, not what? No. What?
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, you would have one main edition. You're making it.
What he means is you're an authority. When Allah wills, He speaks in time. Allah truly spoke, uncreated speech, letters, sounds, phonetic structures. Jibreel really heard Allah speak. 7 ways of recitation. What do you think those modes represent? When you say mode, are you aligning that to dialect alone?
Yeah, to dialect and small word variations.
Your position, you understand, in your commitments as an authority, right, is when Allah will speak. Hang on, are you not a Salafi, bro?
Salafi, yeah.
You follow the way of the Salafi or Orthodox.
Right.
Okay.
So you're under.
Don't say that,
Hang on. No, guys, one second. You're not under the Ashari commitments. You're not under the Maturidi commitments. You're not under the Mu'tazila commitments. You're not under the Shia commitments. Your commitments as a Salafi is to the Athari Aqidah, the Athari creed. Now, what that creed demands is that you affirm what Allah affirms of Himself. So, when Allah wills, He speaks in time. Sifat filiya. Allah's acting in time. He spoke truly, letters and sounds, phonetic structure, Arabic. So you just said these modes are dialect alone. You're now minimizing Allah's uncreated speech to dialect alone.
I never said dialect one. I said there's slight words.
That's what I want you to qualify. So when you say mode and the modes are distinct, what do you think the distinction is when Allah spoke it in time?
So what's the difference between the modes? And is that what you're asking?
What do you understand the modes to be when we're talking about Allah speaking?
So my understanding of what the different modes are.
Yes.
Is that what you're asking me?
Yes.
Because
So basically,
Let him answer.
Because what we're talking about is, I don't want you to conflate the qira'at that are around today to what Allah spoke in time to the Prophet. When Destroyer is saying the original, what he means is the origin of content came from Allah Himself. Allah truly spoke these words. We're not talking about the mushafs of today. We're not talking about pen and paper. Right? We're talking about the uncreated speech of Allah. 7 distinct modes. So elaborate on that. Go.
Sister Brett, can you bring up Sister Rob?
Okay.
I'm not understanding your question. Like you're saying, can you like simplify?
Okay, let me ask him the question, because I feel like the way y'all word it is too like smart. Like it's. Let me word it, because I know I word things in like a dumbed down way. So what's your question?
Break it down for him in layman terms.
Yeah. So what's the question that you're asking him?
Yeah, I want him to not conflate what we're talking about, the human-inspired recitation or mushafs we have today, the qira'at. We're talking about the akhruf, right? When Allah spoke these to Jibreel and Jibreel relayed it to the Prophet. Allah truly spoke uncreated speech, letters and sounds, phonetic structure. What do you think the difference of modes are? You said they're different. I'm going to hold you to that now. Different in what sense? What do the modes represent?
Okay.
So you're asking how are they different?
Yes.
Yeah, so they're just different in different, well, I've said different word variations and views different perspectives and one from another.
How?
Very good, different perspectives, yeah. So for the full message, you need like the 2 perspectives. Otherwise, you're missing one perspective.
Because the
but you count one message.
The same, even if there's different perspectives of it.
Okay, go ahead.
By perspective, I mean like the person speaking or
exactly to get the full meaning. Go ahead.
What does he mean? Hold on, sorry, Ahmad. I want to destroy this question so we can ask you. I'm not very smart here. What does he mean by perspective? I'm not getting his.
So Allah wondered and the Prophet wondered, for instance. The difference. But this is the anyway. It doesn't really matter. All right. So different perspectives. So in order to have the fullness of the meaning, you need to read both of them.
Fullness of the meaning, read both of them.
If I read both, I will know. I will have two contents of knowledge. I will, one, know that the Prophet wondered, and two, know that Allah wondered. If you read one mode, you will say, well, I just know that the Prophet wondered. I didn't know Allah wondered. So there's a difference in the content of what we believe is the Quran.
Difference in content.
Basically, you need all the versions to have the full thing. The full Quran.
Okay, look, I read 1 and 2. I know that Allah wondered and the Prophet wondered. You read 1 only. You only know that the Prophet wondered. You do not know that Allah wondered. Have we read the same Quran?
Yeah, because we read the same Quran, just one highlights a different person's perspective and one highlights God's perspective.
My friend, you need to stop there because that right there changes. It changes. Because one of them says, I'm
not disputing it changed.
Yes.
Go ahead, Destroy, please.
Yeah, so if you were to come on the day of judgment and Allah tells you, tell me everything you know about the Quran. Okay? You will say, I know that the Prophet wondered. I will say, I know that the Prophet wondered and you wondered. Are you missing an information that was revealed by God?
Okay, let me think about that for like 1 minute. Just give me a second. 1 second.
Okay.
I'm not gonna leave.
That's fine.
Hope everyone is doing well. I just want to lighten the mood a bit. I hope everyone's doing well.
When Ahmad understands what everyone's saying, then we'll be well.
I thought this guy was much smarter because he came up, cheerleading for Liviano. Usually these guys know what he's talking about.
This is evidence that they do not listen to the content of the debate. They listen to the tonality of the debate.
Rhetoric, yeah.
And
what do you mean?
and
their reaction.
What do you mean? I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay, it's fine.
I don't understand.
I thought you were
don't understand. No, but just because I don't
get us the answer.
Okay, Arman,
when you confident when you're using like
Just go back to ChatGPT
That's
and
not the point. Yeah, I'm just saying you came up confidently and said you're running. It's fine. I'm saying you came up confidently and you're saying you're running from the Orthodox Muslim, blah, 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 blah. But when you are pressed on having to defend the position he holds, you are not able to reproduce it because you do not understand the argument. What you understand is the groundwork. You understand the tonality of his speech. You do not understand the actual content, which comes back ironically to what we're speaking about. Go ahead, take your 1 minute and think about it.
So what was the question? You were
okay. Destroy it. Can I use it in layman terms? I've only got 2 minutes because I gotta go. I've got 2 minutes and then I have to go inside. Ahmad, let me ask you this way. I'll break it down in layman terms, all right? Because I'm not smart either. I'm with you. You're not smart, I'm not smart. So here you go. If I see Brett laughing. So if the distinction, we're talking about distinctions for now. If the distinction in the Allah's command changes in harf 1 and harf 2, I go to the day of judgment and Allah says to me, He says, I want you to recite the Quran. I recite the way mode 1 says it and the way that command said it, but then you say it the other way. Yes? So there's one command that changes, one command you say, and then I say a different command from a different arf. Which one is the correct one? Does that make sense to you now?
Yeah, it makes sense. So it would first depend on what verse and changes in the word. Yes, it is. And also, yes, both would be accepted because both have the same meaning. It's not just because one says, for example, because for example, if one of them have like he said, I think the Prophet wondered, and then God wondered. But the main, it would depend on the verses, like what the message of the verse is trying to say. But according to that example, I think they're being astonished of how the disbelievers were Like, I think I don't know what's happening there, but I need to look at the example.
I will give you a prime example. Let me, Destroyer's going to help me out here because he's my brother. Everyone's my brother and sister here, but Destroyer's going to give me my example, right? So he's going to be my test dummy. Allah commanded Lot, you know the Prophet Lot? He commanded in the Hafs, the one you read today, the standardized version. It reads that Allah commanded, remember, it's not the judgment, it's the commandment. Allah commanded Lot to take his family except his wife. Remember this, keep that in your head. Okay, so put it on the back burner for me. Okay? Allah commanded Lot to take his family except his wife.
No, he commanded him to take his wife, but not to turn back.
Wait a second. Hold on, Destroyer.
But no, what you're saying is false, bro. No, what you're saying is false. He commanded him to take him.
I read it as Allah commanded his... What are you talking about? I read it as Allah commanded to take his family except his wife.
What? He tells him to take her. Which Quran do you read?
Hafs. Which one do you read?
I read Kumbul.
Wait a second.
Kumbul, it says...
Ahmad. Whoa, brother. Whoa. Destroyer's telling me he reads that Allah commanded his family, including his wife, all she did was turn around. But I read it as Allah commanded to take his family except his wife. Which one's correct?
Could you give me the verses? And which
Surah Hud. Oh, yeah, bro. I'll be more than happy to help you, brother. Surah Hud, Ayah 81. That's chapter 11, verse 81.
Surah Hud, chapter what? So like
that's chapter 11. You don't know? Yeah, sorry. Chapter 11, verse 81. Sorry, Brett. May you please put Destroyer on the... Thank you, Brett. Appreciate it.
So which mode?
Which I read the Hafs. I'm reading the Hafs. So the one you're reading on Quran.com is Hafs.
Okay, and then which one was he looking at?
He's looking at Umbul by Ibn Kathir.
No. He was, for the example you're saying, which one was he referring to?
The one I'm referring to. The one, which one, me or the Destroyer?
It's the same verse. It's the same verse, different.
No, I know, but it's different.
Q-U-N-B-U-L.
Q-U-B.
So here is what Al-Tabari's tafsir says. This is what Al-Tabari himself says.
You take Al-Tabari, right, Arman? Ask him first. Al-Tabari, you know who he is? Big scholar.
The Mufassir Al-Tabari, the famous exegete. This is what he says about the verse. He notices the contradiction between the two readings that I and Christ's Lord read. Watch what he says. The reciters from the Hijaz and Kufa and some from Basra recited with the accusative case. Lot was commanded to travel with his family except for his wife, as he was forbidden to take her. Some Basrans recited it with the nominative case. Lot had taken her with him. Lot and those who traveled with him were forbidden to look back except his wife. And so all the exegetes, all the Mufassirin agree that these two readings contradict. In one, the wife is included with Lot's travel. In the other, she's excluded from Lot's travel. So even theologically, there's something that's going on here. Why? Because in one reading, Lot's wife was given the freedom, let's say, to perhaps survive, while in the other reading, from the get-go, she was told to not even go with Lot's family. She was condemned from the beginning.
Now, Arman, let's go back to what Destroyer is saying here. Remember how he said to you on the Day of Judgment when Allah tells you to recite the Quran, if I recite it the way that you and I are reading from the Hafs, it says that Allah commanded Lot to take his family except his wife. The way that the Destroyer read it from the Qunbul, it says that his wife is included in that command. So she goes with Lot. She's just commanded to turn around. That's it. Which one is the correct way of reciting? Because this is, and there is, and even, oh, by the way, Destroyer, this is also Muhammad Shanqiti. I don't know if you know Shanqiti. He's a very famous scholar in Saudi or something like that.
Yeah.
Even he says it's a contradiction.
Yeah.
He said it's a contradiction. So my question for you, Arman, which of these readings is correct? Because you can clearly tell this is a complete contradiction. This is distinct. They are not the same. The commands are changed. There's two distinct commands from Allah. Which is the correct? Which is the correct command?
Yeah. And even if hypothetically you want to say there's no contradiction, the story is still different. All right. So even if because I know you don't want to affirm a contradiction, so you'll find a way to not say it's a contradiction, which is fine because you still have to deal with the fact that it's two different stories. Go ahead.
Well, I'm not sure about because I'm not really knowing about this, but I don't know what to say.
I'll show you a picture.
I don't want to say something. I don't want to say something that I don't want to say something that I don't know.
Just
and then it's wrong.
Just you know what, brother?
But what does that look like to you?
Can you give me
look?
3
I'll
minutes?
give you the picture.
I can stay here and then
I just want to give you the picture to screenshot. 2 seconds. Here we go. Okay, I just want to give you the picture to screenshot.
What was the other you showed a scholar saying that?
Give me 2 seconds. I'm trying to. All right, yeah. Here we go.
It's the green screen problem. Yeah, it's
the new TikTok update, bro. Okay. Give me 2 seconds.
Use one of the other green ones. Usually, sometimes that helps.
Okay, let's go with this. Okay, take a screenshot of this. All right, see. So this is it's a bit small.
Now what he's done for you, Arman, so you understand, bro. He has highlighted where the problems are, where it changes, where the command change. He's done this for you and for others, so you understand where the problem is. Do you get it now? Just so you don't say, oh, well, you've done this or this, that. This is directly, this is from two distinct Qur'ans. Two of the commands are different. It changes. It's all right, bro. You can be honest. We're not trying to shove it down your throat. We want you.
Why does one show the next verse?
Because the verse is on. Well, this is fun fact. Between the different recitations, the verses aren't even the same. So in the Kumbul, it's 1180. In the Hafs, it's 1181. Even the verses are not cut out as they are one-to-one. Fun fact to everybody reading as well, listening.
But yeah, Armand, the thing is we'll give you some time. I just want to say we're not trying to make you look dumb or anything, or we just want you to come to Christ. That's it. And I forgive you for coming on this live and being oh, why don't you talk to Lubiana? It's fine. But yeah, we just want to show you this. We're not trying to fight or make you look bad. We want you to come to Christ. That's it. So yeah.
So the Kumbul has I think it's counted 20 less verses than the Hafs because of how they count the Bismillah and everything. So even the repartition of the Quran is different. So if somebody's telling you go to 1180, it's actually different 1180 in the Quran. So anyway, you can take this picture. And do you want the picture of Al-Tabari's statement as well? All right.
Okay.
Let me put it here.
Are you understanding? Are you coming to the comprehension now on why we are saying this to you? That there is no such thing. There is one Quran. No such thing. There is.
Well, I can't say if there. I can't say something that I wouldn't know about. So
it's fine. There's no issue. Don't worry.
I'll look at it right now. Like
You're honest. It's fine. You don't know about it. You'll check it out. No issues. It's not it's not to squash or anything. So just go ahead, take a picture.
But yeah, just for the chat. The thing is, like, we're not doing this to like one up anyone or like humiliate anyone. Like, this is the difference between us and like all these Muslim debaters. It's not about like humiliation for us or one upping or whatever. It's about we just want to show people the truth. So like, if somebody ends up coming up our lives and conceding, like and they're honest about it and they're respectful, like we're not going to humiliate them, clip them for that. Like, we are going to be happy for them because Jesus loves them and wants a relationship with them, and that's all we're trying to get them to have. So that's the difference between us and these Muslim debaters that you guys harass me to talk to, even though I made it very clear that I don't like who he is as a person, his behavior. So yeah.
Armand, are you here?
Yeah, I'm just looking at it right now.
Okay. Yeah, let me know when you look there, because I want to show you another example that may be a little more problematic than what you saw now. It has to deal with jurisprudence and a different message. But let me know when you're done going over one.
And see in the comments, somebody saying, well, it's not a contradiction. In the end, the same outcome. Okay, I can say I went to the store, I ate chicken, I came back home, and I unalived. In another story, I can say, well, I went to the club, I shook the hand of the Prime Minister, I went on a hotel trip, and then I came back home and I unalived. Well, in both cases, I unalived, but is it the same story now?
Yeah, I mean, the guy that said it's the same outcome, we'll see how he deals with Surah 2184 when you read the different.
It's also not even the same outcome theologically, again, because we made it clear that in one verse, the wife of Lot is given an opportunity to save herself. In the other, she was condemned from the beginning. God did not give her an opportunity. There's so much wrong with what's going on. And Yak and Dag, since he conceded to counting to one, do we just draw the symmetry?
Sure.
All right. So Arman, yeah, go ahead.
I made the Nashayad.
Wait, are you guys going to talk
the symmetry? I wrote
I
entire page on it.
What did you say, Arnold?
Are you going to draw it to? Well, I think you're going to draw it to.
Well, the counting method essentially that he conceded to counting one.
Yeah.
I'm going to explain to him. So, Arman, I'm going to ask you a very simple question. There's no tricks here, just a simple question. Do you believe that the Trinity is one God or three gods?
I have an entire thing here.
3.
Three, okay. And you would count three because they would be three persons. They are all distinct from one another, and each is fully God. So you count three gods, yeah?
They're distinct from each other, and because I wouldn't just say just because of that. I'd also say because of, like, in the Bible, it shows, like, differences between them.
Well, just sure. But do you mean do you count three as in when you come to count the method in which you count it? You would say that it essentially involves the following reasoning: that you have three persons, they all have distinctions between each other, and yet all are fully God. Yes.
They have but their distinctions are.
Would you agree with this line of reasoning?
Wait, before that.
Because I have the power line right here.
Okay, but so just to make it clear, you're saying that so you have Jesus. So sorry, you have the Son, the Father, and the Holy Spirit. All three are distinct from one another. Yes.
Different. They're all different from each other.
They have a distinction. Okay, whatever. Yes.
So you're saying they are all different from each other?
I'm asking you, do you consider them distinct, like the Father is distinct from the Son?
In which way?
Would you say that the Son is
just in general?
just the same way we like made the distinction with the Quran. Yeah. Anyway, just they are distinct. The Father is not the Son.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. And the Son is fully God, and the Father is fully God, yes, and the Holy Spirit is fully God. This is why you count 3 gods, yes.
Not because because you can, not because they're all fully gods, because you can because they're all fully God. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Very good. So this is the reason why you count 3 gods. Now watch this. I want you to be consistent. You have 3 persons in the Trinity, right? You have 3 persons. Yes.
Yeah.
You have 7 ahruf. Now I'm drawing parallels. Each statement is going to parallel to the next one. So 3 persons, 7 ahruf. Each person is distinct from the other. Each harf is distinct.
7
modes. Okay. So you have 3 persons, 7 modes. Each person is distinct to the other. Each mode is distinct to the other. Each person is fully God. Each mode is fully God. How many gods do you count?
But you're saying, you keep saying there's 3 persons, and then after.
I'm drawing a parallel with
just his method of counting.
Yeah, with the Quran. So I'm just drawing like a 1-to-1. So here you have 3 person in the case of the Trinity, and in the case of the Quran you have 7 modes. Yes. Step by step. So 3 persons, 7 modes.
Yeah.
Perfect. Each person is distinct from the other. And in the case of the Quran, each mode is distinct from the other. Yes, so far so good. All right. Each person is fully God. Each mode is fully the Quran. So far so good.
Each mode is fully yeah.
Good. How many gods do you count?
Are we talking about the Quran or the gods?
Gods. How many gods do you count?
So then why are you saying Quran after when you're counting the gods?
I'm doing a parallel, so I'm presenting the first.
He's like comparing them.
Yeah.
So he's using the same counting method. One sec. He's using the same counting method with the Trinity as he is for the Quran.
So what are you trying to say that because we're counting 3 gods, you're just trying to say we're counting 7?
Yes, very excellent. Very good.
So would you count say there's one translation of the Bible and there's another translation of the Bible?
No, but there's not translation. Again, we made it clear.
But they're still distinct.
The original there's 7 original Qurans, not editions. This is what we made clear. So look, we were at the end now, so I just want to make it clear. You would count 3 gods in that case, yes?
Yes.
And how many Qurans now would you count?
Well, it would depend because I'm not sure because you're trying are you trying to say we count 3? Like you're comparing the 2, you're trying to say there's 3, and then you're trying to say there's 7 of them.
No, yes. So do you count 7 Qurans or 1? How do you count?
Well, no, because we count 7 different modes of reciting the Quran. Yeah.
But you said that each mode is fully the Quran. So how many Qurans is that?
Each mode is fully the Quran with a weighted recitation.
Okay, each mode is distinct from the other. So harf 1 is not harf 2. Harf 1 is fully the Quran.
They're distinct.
And harf 1 is fully the Quran. Harf 2 is also fully the Quran. How many Qurans is that?
1 is one. Or are you saying physical? Like if there's 7.
Forget the physical. I'm talking about the speech of. I'm talking about the speech that came down. It came down in 7 modes, 7 original Qurans. So you would count 1 Quran or 2 Qurans when I said harf 1 and harf 2.
I would count 1 because I feel like you're mixing when you're saying 2 Qurans, you're mixing that they're like completely different. They're not modes of recitation.
Okay.
Because I think they're 1 Quran and 2 ways of reciting them, but then you're thinking that they're two completely,
Please
like,
show
they're
him
just
the
like two
Prophet.
Qurans.
Yeah, okay. I think I've said my piece. So, but the point is that this harf is fully the Quran, and the other harf is fully the Quran. So you would count two Quran if you counted the same way you counted the Trinity. Yet somehow, for some reason, you still count one. So you have to choose. Either you count one Quran, and therefore you have one God because it's the same counting method with the Trinity, I'm saying, or you have to count 7 Qurans, and then you are granted the ability to say it's 3 gods.
But how would it be equivalent if I count one Quran? It would mean you guys have one God.
Because the counting method you use is the exact same, yet you arrive to a different conclusion for some reason. Again, 3 persons,
But
7.
But that's not the only. That's not the only aspect of. That's not the only aspect of saying that they're different gods.
Okay,
it's based off attributes also.
I'm done.
Do you mind if I real quick? Do you mind if I show him just the parallels on a visual? Because clearly last time he learned it visually.
I've seen this one, I think.
Just before we go to, I'll be like 1 minute. Because last time he learned it visually.
Just real quick, because I think it's too philosophical for you.
I've made it really simple in this, right? Okay. So would you agree with this, right? In the sense that half 1 is a Quran, half 2 Quran. Half 1 is not the same as half 2, but half 1 is the same Quran in the sense of meaning and message, right? As half 2, correct? This is how you'd unite it as being one Quran, right?
Yeah, this is how how the modes are.
And bear in mind, as this is an objective fact, right? There's a counting method called relative identity, where it says that A is the same B as C. So here, half 1 is the same Quran as half 2. You would agree with this, right? This is how it unifies. This is how you unify your Quran.
No,
sorry.
Didn't we say they're distinct? Didn't we say they were distinct?
That's why I wrote here, right? Half 1 is not half 2, right? It's not going to be the exact same. It's going to have some sort of distinction, right? But it's unified in its meaning, right?
The meaning has the same message.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exact same. Okay, sure. Let's grant you, for sake of argument, that it's the exact same meaning. So now let's just swap these words with Christian language. Do the Christians claim that Christ is God?
Yes.
Do the Christians claim the Father is God?
Yeah.
Do the Christians claim that Jesus is the Father?
Yes.
What?
No.
Do we?
You don't? Or no? Okay.
Do we? So we don't claim that Jesus is the Father in the same way
What?
The half 1 is not half 2, correct?
Well, I thought. Wait, Jesus is not the Father?
No, they're distinct, but they're one thing. Okay, I don't think this argument's gonna work on him because
It's fine. All right. So let's.
No, but this actually does make sense. Hold on, like just go back for a sec. The halves 1, halves 2. So we're like basically the halves.